copy them, to segregate. That's what they do. That's what they've done here in New York. That's what nearly 40,000 of them have done. They completely separate themselves from everybody else in society. They're called the Satmar Jews. And they're mean, too.
What did I say, Bima?
The women are mean.
Said
they just don't
voluntary. I said voluntary separation.
It is voluntary.
I said segregation in policy is discrimination.
Well, they're not going to let you live in their community.
I don't care. I don't want to live in their community.
Well, hold on, but that's legislatively. They own a town now, basically.
Well, so do the return to the land people. So does that.
Yeah, I think that's horrible. But that whole feeling, it makes you feel like shit. And then they have their little kids pointing at you and throw things at your car.
Well, that's violence.
Through the neighborhood. No, they're little kids. They're fine.
That's violence.
Then what is violence of Mullah? If this is violence, then why don't you prioritize violence first? Am I not reasonable?
Why don't you prioritize your space? Am I not reasonable?
So then it is voluntary.
I mean, the level of violence first needs to be measured correctly. For example, if somebody
first needs to be measured correctly.
I wish I could buy everybody a coffee today.
Okay. So when we talk about violence, machine gun is the worst thing, don't you think? Is there anything worse than that? Can you make an example? Something be worse than machine gunning people in the streets, especially when they are together. Yes, especially when they are together and they came together to march in the street. Somebody machine gunned them. Is there
What's mushing? Mushing on them. What's mushing?
Automatic gun.
Automatic
gun in front of the.
I need a Peter what Peter Beaver was saying.
Translation. I'm not sure.
There's nothing worse than machine gunning peaceful protesters.
Machine gunning people. Yes. Murdering them in the street. Yeah. Well, that's what Iran did in February.
No, Mullah did, not Iran. Mullah did. Because of Islam. Yes, they did this because of Islam.
We were talking. Can you say focus? Everything is not Iran.
I was comparing the level of violence.
We were talking about
comparing the level of violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Peter relates everything to Iran. Like you could be talking about basket weaving, and he would invoke Mullah.
So we were talking about voluntary separation versus segregation and discrimination in law in the U.S. Mm-hmm. And I do agree with Peter that rape, murder, torture, or the greatest evils, incest too. Throw that in. Rape, pedophilia, those 5. But in our society, because we're comfortable and we have luxury beliefs, actually the worst thing you can do if you're a white person in America is be racist. That's not allowed.
So, I mean, like it's allowed, it's just not morally accepted, largely, and ethically.
You get death threats if you're thought to be racist. People come after you violently.
I would never, defend that type of, that's not good. But I would defend people getting fired. I would defend people's business closing down because people choose not to patron them. All of this.
What is the crime for being ugly? What is the sentence for being ugly in society?
Freedom of association.
Uh-huh.
So it's up to each individual.
Right.
It's not. It wouldn't be so much a crime as it is.
So getting someone fired is greater than freedom of association.
Getting someone fired is greater than this. I don't understand.
It's worse. It's more aggressive.
Well, no, it's freedom of association.
No.
No, if I have a business, and Beaver's working for me, and I find out Beaver is a racist or he said something racist, I don't want him to represent my company. He's gone.
But it's worse than that, Bima. Amy and Christian Cooper, during COVID, the dog runs in New York were closed. Amy took her active poodle to the Brambles in New York to get his energy out. Christian, an avid bird watcher, said, "Hey, your dog is supposed to be on a leash." She said, "The dog runs are closed. He needs his exercise. There's nowhere I can take him." Christian says, "Your dog needs to be on the leash." I'm going to do what I want to do. Well, if you're going to do what you want to do, I'm going to do what I want to do, and you won't like it. Come here, puppy. And he had dog treats in his hand. He was about to trespass upon her and her dog. "If you don't leave us alone, I'm going to call the police and tell them a black man is harassing me." "Do it." The dog tried to get to him. She strangled the dog, not permanently, but was physically restraining the dog and calling the police because this guy wanted to feed her dog. An African man is attacking us. People said that she called them so that Christian would get killed by police. That's irrational. They had her dog taken away for a little while. That's criminal. She got fired. That was wrong because they were both jerks. She should have put her dog on the leash. It was not legal for her to do so. Christian should not have tried to feed her dog. That's trespassing. Christian
God, Monica, good story, Monica. But what does that have to do with being ugly?
Survivor.
Hello?
Carol Bryant.